Hey, everybody. Welcome to tonight. We are in Sunday. Yes, it's a Sunday, actually 9/11. And so we always have a remembrance of 9/11 for those of us that live in America as a tragedy. And so today I just want to talk real quickly about, just changing your perspective on stuff. Everybody remembers where they were on 9/11. Like literally, that will be something that is etched in stone in your life. And so, just like things like that are very memorable, I want to question you tonight and ask you about what are the things that you will make memories of in this lifetime while you're living, right? Again, I was at work on 9/11. I was in the classroom. In fact, I had just went back to work that day because my brother had passed away 3 days prior. And so I had kind of been in a stupor in life, which it was a time that it should have been a great event for me. I had just done my walkthrough on a second home that I had purchased. And, life was, looking pretty good until I got that phone call early in the morning about my brother. And then I go back to work. And on 9/11, I'm in my classroom where I taught first, second, and third graders. We had three teachers. We had a collaboration. And I'm literally standing there and I see people going past in the hallway. And I'm figuring, like, what are they doing? They're supposed to be teaching. Why is so much movement happening in this building? I didn't know. I didn't have a TV on, so I wasn't aware. I probably was one of the last people in the building to find out because, again, I was so engrossed in my teaching. And it was just a day. People were crying. I had colleagues that their loved ones worked, for the in Washington. One particular worked in the Pentagon, and so there were people who had loved ones that were firefighters and all these different things. And so it was something that was horrific for people, right? And just like we remember that, we can create our own memories, our own times. And so I just want to question you today. I want to provoke your thinking today. What are those things that you can do that you can have a long lasting memory, just as a tragedy would be for you? Like I say, I remember exactly where I was at when I got that phone call on September 8th, saying that my brother wasn't here. Like literally, I can go back. I can smell the smell in the room. I remember how much light was in the room. Literally, I remember how I was laying across the bed. Like everything is absolutely fresh in my mind. And it's been 21 years. And so we all again remember where we were on 9/11. Like those that are old enough to remember when Martin Luther King was killed, when President Kennedy was assassinated. People know where they were at. I remember, my grandmother and my parents telling stories. Like literally, it's vivid because it's something that's etched. But what about all of those great things that happened in your life? Like, do you remember your first job? For those of you that are in business, do you remember when you opened up your business, the first, client you had, the first dollar that you made, the first, whatever that first is? Do you remember those? And then how can you keep creating those to keep remembering those? I know I do. I do. I can walk down the street and certain scents will put me in certain places. I know if I smell certain flowers, I can go all the way back to walking on Del Sur in San Fernando, California, right? I mean, I just have stuff that will bring back stuff. And so, what are those memories that you are making for yourself as you are creating the best version of yourself? What are you doing? And so, all week we've been talking about being a greater version of you and making sure that you're showing up actually and being that superpower that you have to be. And so today I just want to talk as we're going into a new week of how do you make those moments? How do you create those moments? And I'll just be honest with you all for something for me. Being in business is not easy. It is not easy at all. And so one of the things that I have to do a lot of as I am in business, because it's a foreign territory that I'm on. Again, going back to just like 9/11, it was a foreign thing. We had never experienced anything like this in America, not on our homeland. We could go back to Pearl Harbor, where we had things, but we were in war then. 9/11 was totally caught off guard. There was nothing expecting this. And again, it wasn't with the armed services, it was on civilian people, right? And so, what are those things that are challenging you in your life? And then how do you get past them? And so we're going to talk about that all this week. Like, don't let the life in you stop. So 9/11 caused a lot of great things to happen, in our country. There's a lot of stuff that's, just this that we have that is like, oh my God, it's never going to go away because of that. But it's a lot of great things that happen. And I'll even go to to COVID. When COVID happened, I love the fact that, I was spending more time with my husband, and we spent a lot of time with each other. My youngest son was still in the home with us. We had a lot more time to talk. He was an adult, but still, we had a lot more time to talk because I wasn't rushing and hustling and bustling. And my husband, who he worked, almost an hour away from home every day, all of that hustle and bustle had kind of stopped. We were having dinner together and walking and going out to the beach and just walking because everything was shut down, but we could go out in the open air. And so we would go walk on the nature trails and again walk out on the beach and jog and have dinner together and just spend time with each other and just love on each other at a whole different level. And so I'm just asking you, what are you doing now to keep on doing that, to keep that going? Because sometimes we can get so busy that we forget to keep the main thing the main thing. And so I just wanted to encourage you all today to remember, just just enjoy every moment of every day that you have, because we don't know what tomorrow promises, but what we do know is what we have right now in today. And the one, be grateful. And then number two, live life to the fullest and to give everything to the people that we serve, because we don't want to take it with us. Don't take anything with you. No, don't take anything with you. I know one of my biggest mentors, who I never physically got to mentor me, but through his death. So posthumously, he has become my mentor. I listen to him over and over and over again. His name is Dr. Miles Monroe. And one of the things that he said when he was living is that the graveyard is the wealthiest place in the world, because so many people leave with all of these ideas, with all of this greatness in them, and they leave. Don't leave life. Don't leave life with taking things. Spend all of your talents that God has given you now and leave a great legacy now. And so, again, I just want to challenge you. What are those things that might be challenge you and overcome them? So, I was saying earlier, I was going to be transparent. Being in business is not easy. And I'll be honest with you, every other week I'm like, whoo, wait a minute. Let me, do I want to rethink this? I still got a lot of working years in me. So do I want to rethink this? And then I'll go back and say, no, I don't want to rethink this. I absolutely love what I do. And that's the great thing about it. As today, actually, I'll be honest with you, I was talking to myself today. And what I shared with myself today is that, but I'm going to have that testimony to be able to say to somebody else. And they're going to be able to say, oh, I can hang on to Bridget's words. So that just happened to me this weekend. Yesterday, I was at an event, and this person had never met her before, but I heard her speak on a platform in 2020. And at that time, I was just starting my business, and COVID made my business go flip flop. I mean, I had all of these things that I was doing. And at the time, I was doing more than, I wasn't doing my consulting as much. I was doing my publishing company as much, more rather. And so I was out there. Oh my God, I had some book tours. I had schools that I was going into. I mean, I had all this stuff. And then all the schools shut down. I had this whole line of Afrocentric artwork and photo. And if you all know my family, we love photos. And so we had several photo booth businesses. We just love taking pictures. And so I had this thing to go into organizations and do these beautiful, beautiful artwork based on historical figures, but with our children of today. And I had started that, lined some clients up. And then everything shut down. Yeah. And so I was like, ugh. And then I heard Dr. Cheryl Woods say her testimony. And every time stuff got hard, I just grabbed her testimony. I wasn't there at mine yet that I could hold on to mine. I still was like, okay, question this, God, are you sure? I know you told me to launch out in faith, but maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was just me. And I was having all of those moments, and I would just grab onto hers, and I would put an image up, or I'd go back to where I heard her say that, and I type it in and I replay that, right? And so that's what I just said to myself today. I said, Lord, let me have the testimony that somebody is struggling, but they can hold on to the words that I said until they can have their own testimony. And so it was great to be able to meet Dr. Wood yesterday to tell her in person how much she influenced me 2 years ago, but still holding on to it because she had such an awesome testimony. So I just want to encourage you today. That's it. That's all I have. I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, and I will see you at 7 a.m. Toodaloo.